I want to thank everyone for staying up till late. I'm the only one standing between you and the award winner, but I would like to share some thoughts and perspectives with you about BBVA, why we are doing this event for the 11th time, and what is the latest on our minds about innovation, about digital, about technology. No? But before I do that, I would like to basically tell you that I'm so happy to be here. And I think David was explaining it this morning on why we have been doing it, but very quickly, I would like to highlight a few points because it fits to who we are. There are a few values, and BBVA attendees, they would know it very well. There are a few values that we push in the organization. And those values are, number one, customer comes first. So we have to start everything from the customer. It's a very nice tagline. Everyone uses it, customer centricity. But we really try to live up to it. And this is one of the reasons why we are doing this, because we get from you and from the ecosystem feedback on what the customer is doing and how the customer is changing. Our conviction level on something big happening in our industry, I think, is much higher than many other banks. Our conviction level has been so high that we have started this journey, the digitization journey, much earlier than others. And I think we have committed much more resources to it than others. So that's one of the reasons, customer, and we can get closer to customer, leveraging our joint thinking on what's happening. The second topic, second value that we have in the bank is we call it we think big. We have to innovate. We have to do better every single day. And obviously this fits very much into it as well. We do believe in this notion of connection between science and business to innovate, connection between science and business to innovate. That's why we keep using these words a lot of digital, technology, data. That's where the connection happens. And we have to bridge that gap. So that's the second reason why we are doing this, because we want to connect the science and the business all together. No? And then the third one, the third value that we emphasize a lot in the bank is around people. We believe our business, like many other businesses, but our business for sure, is a people business. It's people who deliver the solutions to customers. So it's a people business. And we hope that we are humble enough to recognize the fact that it's not just BBVA. There's so many great ideas out there. There are so many great and talented people out there that we want to get connected to. That's the third reason why we are doing this. Very much connected to our values, starting with the customer, putting the imperative to think big, and making sure that we get the best out of people, the best out of humanity, to solve the problems of humanity again. So it's very, very important that we continue with this journey, and I want to thank you again for all to come and attend today. Then, the second thing that I would like to highlight is I would like to maybe share with you the latest thinking that we have on the topic of digitalization, but also beyond. What are some of the things that we have been planning for in the bank lately, so that you are the ecosystem for us, so that we can align our thinking and we can get mutual benefit, no? Some of the latest thinking that we are having is centered around what I would call extracting value from digitalization, monetizing digitalization, no? Again, we have been one of the pioneers, one of the first to have picked digitalization as the key lever for business, to drive value for business, and we have done a lot, in my view. I think our team has done an amazing job in building capabilities, in pushing for digitalization. I mean, we are going to pass the 50% threshold in digitizing our customers in such a way that 50%, half of our customers, are going to be interacting with us with mobile as their core channel. We have pushed a lot on digitization, and we have pushed a lot on capability building. But we are now maturing into a second stage of this journey, which is, again, around monetization. And to enable that monetization, there are a few levers that we are emphasizing. The first one is around growth. We have done a lot, but we have not really leveraged what we have built in digital in growth. And any one of you who wants to help us with growth and with reaching more customers, you are welcome to partner with us and to work with us. And that's very important. I keep saying it to my team. It's a very tangible example, so I have to also exemplify it to you. We are looking into growth still at BBVA, and clearly most of the financial institutions in a very different way than digital companies. I encourage you to pick up your mobile phone and go to a landing page of a true, pure digital player. Go to Spotify. Go to Netflix, especially these subscription-based players or periodical relationship with customer players. When you go to their landing page, you see lots of buttons. Create an account, become a customer, sign up. The nature of their interface, the first interface with a potential customer is making the citizen a customer. It's around new customers, no? When you go to BBVA.com, and we have changed it, we are changing it now in every single country, but when you go to any other bank, go to the landing page of a bank, it says there's one button, and when you click on it, it says password, which is a very different mindset. The digital players are focused on acquiring new customers, growing the customer base, and the banks, the traditional banks, including us, we are still more focused on servicing. So we have to turn the curve there. We have to go to a new stage where we are prioritizing acquiring new customers through our digital capabilities. The second topic that we are working on, that we are prioritizing these days, continues to be, it's around operational excellence. It's around efficiency. What we have seen is it can be a fintech, it can be a startup, it can be a bank, a legacy company who's digitizing their processes. When you digitize a process, it can be a sale process, it can be a servicing process. When you digitize a process, you make tons of efficiency come to life. And we still have tons of processes to be digitized. So that's what we are prioritizing this as a second lever. So growth, number one, operational excellence and digitizing processes is number two. Number three, this topic of advice, this topic of becoming a financial advisor for our clients, creating value for our clients, creating a trust-based relationship with our clients, we die for this. And we have to do a much better job on this. And this is even more important today, because the financial industry, as we digitize the processes, which is the second lever that I talked to you about, as you digitize the processes, the business becomes more commoditized. What do I mean? As you all know, I have been working in the US for a while for BBVA. In the US, it's more obvious, because in the US, we still pay interest to deposit holders. So if you have $100,000 in the US, $100,000 or $10,000, whatever amount that you pick up, the first thing that you do for that $10,000 is go to Bankrate.com, an aggregator of information. You go to Bankrate.com, and what you say, either savings accounts, money market, as they call it in the US, or CDs, time deposits, you say, list me, rank from top to bottom, the banks who give me the highest rate. And then you see mostly digital players, but also traditional banks there, from top to bottom, ranked in terms of price. And then what you do is you click on a button, and given the process is digital now, you don't need to call anyone, you don't need to go anywhere. You move your money, your $10,000, from BBVA to a digital player, because you like the rate that you have seen on that screen, on that aggregator site. This is true for many other products. This is the perfect definition of a commodity industry. So you are deciding based on a price, and the smoothness of the process allows you to decide and execute based on price. This is the challenge that the banking industry is facing and will continue to face as we digitize more process, because as I told you, we have to keep moving on the operational excellence curve, which is one of our core priorities. So to combat this, to address this challenge, we have to decommoditize, as we call the business. And decommoditization is not easy, but very straightforward, which is you have to build trust with your clients, and you have to provide more value to your client. And that's where we have to do better. We got to make sure that our clients see us as a trusted partner. They see us as a player who advises them on their well-being, on their financial well-being. And that requires transactionality, that requires data, and that requires, again, a mastery of skills in using that data to provide meaningful insight to them. Very easy to say, very conceptual, but unless we do this, we will be commoditized, which is not something that we want to be in as a position. So that's the third topic. The first one was around growth. The second one was around operational excellence. The third one is around advice, being the financial advisor to our clients. And then the fourth and the last one is around sustainability. As we just discussed it in the panel before me, we believe there is a lot of work for everyone, but including institutions like ourselves. We operate in 30 countries. We have an asset base of close to $800 billion, 700 billion euros. We are a powerful institution, and we have 126,000 teammates. So we have this power base that we have to leverage for our planet on multiple dimensions. I understand that David talked to you about it in the morning, not only on the environmental side, on the social side, on the economical side. We have a lot to do, and we want to play a larger role, a better role, a more focused, but a much deeper role in sustainability as well. So these are the four topics that I would highlight to you that we would be focusing more and more upon in the near future. And any one of you who can help us in this journey, you are more than welcome to join us. Then finally, I would say a few things, a few thank yous, because I wouldn't be happy if I don't do that. This is again the 11th edition of BBVA Open Talent, 11th edition. You see the event, but there is a lot to do at the back end, a lot happening. For 11 years, and this year particularly, the team has put a lot of effort to organize this, to get this thing done. So first of all, for my colleagues at BBVA, who has been putting, again, tons of hours and a lot of effort and blood into this, I would like to give a big clapping to you and congratulate you. And then the second thank you goes out to the rest of the audience, the ones who have been helping us for many years. 11 years is the start, but for many years, to become better, to become really better in our thinking, in our approach, in our execution. I was talking to Elena before the session. We have done 35 pilots, things that reaches customer with the participants of Open Talents in the last year only. And we have the intention to do more of that. And all of you who have been contributing to this journey, who have been helping us, again, to be better for our clients. I want to thank the rest of you and all of you for this journey. So thank you so much for this one as well.